Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
You are listening to United Public Radio Network, UPRNTalkRadio.com, 107.5 New Orleans.
Resistance is futile.
I had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out a reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, you know. Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yells, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Well, you drove out there into the middle.
Alexa, repeat.
United Public Radio is a spoken word station that mixes news, sports, and esoteric talk, including UFOs and paranormal topics, and streams online and over the airwaves.
What, Alexa, tell me more about it.
United Public Radio is a New Orleans-based spoken word station blending news, sports, and esoteric topics like UFOs, and it streams online and over the air.
How can you get it?
Just say play United Public Radio to Alexa, or stream it live online at their website or via radio apps like radio.net.
Thank you, Alexa. Everyone, welcome.
You just made my day.
Oh, well, you made mine too, baby. Welcome, everyone, to UFO Undercover. As you can see, Alexa as well and live and kicking still. As you can see, she loves United Public Radio. Yes, yes.
Hey, Google, what's my name?
No, Jerry Hervey calls. She called me Master.
Admiral of the Universe.
The Admiral of the Universe.
Yes, we've trained ours. No, Alexa calls me Master all the time.
Fitting someone in command. How can I assist you with your day this way?
Hey, Google, quiet.
So, yeah, I'm in Los Angeles this April, and I said something, and I had Alexa on my phone. I said, "Alexa, I need you to find something for me." She goes, and there's like 8 of us sitting at the table, and she stops and she says, "Is that all I can do for you, Master?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Well, thank you for letting me serve you, Master." These people lost it, man. Just lost it. They were like, "Get the fig out of here. She did not just say that." I said, "Oh, yes, she did." Yeah. Alexa loves me, people. Yes, she does. But anyway, tonight's show really is going to be more about videos and stuff along those lines. some new releases from the government. We're going to borrow some of Sean Hannity's stuff here in a minute, courtesy of Fox.
He does do good coverage, but he is more. He's as bewildered as Congress.
Well, ain't no doubt about that part. No, Jimmy, I'm not trying to be mean to Congress. They just are lacking. Well, today, just perfect example. I'm listening to the girl talk about. Well, we've had reliable people come forward and tell us how many crashed UFOs and biologics we have. Okay. Now, if this had only been going on for the last 50 or 60 years, I could say, okay, maybe what they're saying is true. The problem is this has been going on before the Egyptians walked on the planet.
Yes.
So it's highly unlikely that
before humans walked on the planet.
So if Mr. Koresh and Greer and them are correct, that means there are literally tens of thousands of crashed UFOs on this planet with hundreds of thousands of biologics living amongst us, because we know the Greys have an unlimited lifespan. So do reptilians and humans, for that matter. So, doesn't that just paint a beautiful picture?
About this, if there was a galactic war, which we've spoken about before, and we were in the battle area, there could be, crashed, ex-military craft from that galactic conflict centuries or even millions of years ago. We don't know how long ago it was. We are aware of it through our ancient history.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So a gentleman who's been working with the reptilians off and on since, he found them, says that the reptilians said there was a great catastrophe in here, and it wasn't, he said it wasn't a war, he said, but it was due to a war. He said there was a war raging somewhere else in the galaxy. When one of their big ships come creaming through and Jupiter grabbed it. And when Jupiter grabbed it, it just slung it into the fifth planet. And it said what it initially did is it just took like a ship with size out of the top of the planet, just removed the whole thing and sent it hurling towards Mars, of all places. And he said, and if you look at it, he said it's probably what shot across the surface of Mars. He said, and then as the planet broke up, other bigger chunks probably hit it later on. It caused Olympus Mons, he said. But he said, when you listen to the reptilians talk about it, they talk about it like it's history. It's fact to them. It's not, to them, it's just what happened. So he said, it's hard to deny. I said, I said, we talk about the fifth planet all the time and how it was destroyed and how it did Jupiter. How it messed up Mars. I said, you're just giving another alternative to the many, many ways we think this planet might have bit the big one, which could have been, like you said, it could have been a bomb, could have been a war, could have been any damn thing. Could have been Jupiter pulled it apart. Could have been an asteroid, like Shoe Levy Maker came slamming into it. There's just no way of knowing because, frankly, none of us.
The way it's described through Velikovsky and through Sumerian myth is it was whatever it was that came through was some sort of natural body, some sort of space, like a moon-sized thing.
Well, no, they think it was Rubru. That's what the Sumerians think.
That's because that's mostly because of Sitchin's work, and I think he got a lot of words wrong.
Well, he did get some words wrong. I no doubt about that.
And he got almost all of them. The main word Anunnaki he makes into like a 15-word sentence, and it only really means of the lineage of Anu. It's basically just the story of Anu's sons, Enlil and Enki. Anyway, that aside, what I think really happened is it wasn't we weren't part of the war, but the war was nearby. Something happened. They set off a weapon, and a catastrophe with that weapon. There was a ricochet, and debris came into our solar system from the war area. And whoever is responsible for that, and I think it's probably those three races: the Greys, the Anunnaki, and the reptilians. And they're being forced to fix what they messed up. That's why they're here.
But they're not fixing it. It's getting worse, not better. So they're not fixing it. That's not a good excuse. You can't use that. That doesn't work because they're not fixing anything.
Well, that's why, and then that's why the Greys came in, is to make the Anunnaki, the reptilians, and the other group.
Well, according to the Greys and the light beings, the war never crossed the terminator, meaning it was at least 80,000 light years away, at least. So the terminal would be the midway point between us and the core, or the not the core, halfway between us and the other side, with the core being in the middle. So they're saying that's not like 80 light years. You got to add a couple of zeros into there. So it was not in the galactic neighborhood. Plus, there's the other problem of anything odd hitting us. We're not in the way of anything. We're off the path. There's nothing out here but us.
Maybe that's what the damage is that whatever it was, it pushed us out of the galactic arm into where we are now.
Well, I think Sagittarius did that because it's straight on top of us. So
that's possible.
Science can argue all they want, but when you look at Earth and then you look straight up at the top of the edge of the solar system, there's freaking Sagittarius sitting there, and it's more than halfway gone. So all that stars have been pushed into our galaxy. I'm not even convinced that we're not from.
One thing we also know about how things travel throughout the universe. Like things tend to gravitate towards like things. So copper goes towards copper, sulfur towards sulfur, et cetera, et cetera. No matter what the mineral is floating around up there in the planet, they all tend to gravitate together. So that being said, if you look in the Sagittarius arm is all yellow stars of our star's type and magnitude. If you look at the Orion arm, it's all red stars of the type and magnitude of stars that we're mangling with right now between those two arms. So the likeliest scenario is that we came out of the Sagittarius arm, not the Orion arm, because there are fewer yellow stars of our star's size and magnitude than there are in the Sagittarius. So it just seems kind of logical that something has pushed us out of that, or where we were congregating.
Yeah, well, we're definitely in with everybody else, and now we're out here by ourselves. But, when did it happen? What caused it? You're talking about moving solar systems. So it's got to be something really, 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 really big. I don't know if anybody's got weapons that size.
Or it could be speed based. I mean, what if the Sagittarian galaxy was moving 100 miles an hour faster than the Milky Way? When the collision hits, certain things near the edge, near the collision, would have injected into the Milky Way by speed alone, not just gravity. So there's that factor too.
Randy, what we're talking about is the Milky Way, the galaxy we live in, are eating several other galaxies. Yes, we're munching them down.
Up to 6 of them.
Actually, I think it's more
currently.
It's
most of them are gone.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's just stars now.
5 or 6 that we can really tell.
So, no, it's eating other galaxies. Well, God knows how many it's eaten in the past. We're not worried about that. It's eating galaxies right now. Sagittarius is one of the galaxies. Sagittarius is a red star, a dwarf star galaxy. Meaning it's full of red dwarfs. And that's what surrounds Earth right now is red dwarfs. So it means one of two things. Either when those red dwarfs were injected into our galaxy, they engulfed us and we were caught along with the current as they came through the middle of the galaxy, pushing through the spiral arms. We were caught in the wake, or we're simply just part of that galaxy and we're going along with the flow. Either way, it does explain how we got here. Any other explanation for those causes too much catastrophe. See, weapons, any weapon big enough to push a group of solar systems would probably annihilate everything around it for many, 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 many light years.
And it may have, and that's why they're here to repair the damage. That may also be an explanation.
But there's no gaps above us in the stars.
But we don't know that there may have, it may not have affected the stars in that way. Maybe there was some sort of energy beam that they didn't realize how far-reaching it was, and the weapon went outside of the battle area and damaged solar systems way over here. We honestly don't know what the thing is. What we do know from our legend and what we have been told from history's past, from all the stories from prehistory through Sumeria, is that something big came through the solar system while humans were walking and messed it all up. And that probably, and we've talked about the flood, Joe and I don't know if this theory is anywhere else, and I think Joe and I are the only ones who've come up with it. It's based on the Velikovsky theory that the water on this earth came from Mars. We suspect that it probably came from the 5th planet and probably some of Mars's water also being part of the catastrophe, were slung off of their planets and made into a huge ball, an ocean-sized frozen-ish ball of water with living creatures inside it, possibly even creatures with technology, submarines or spaceships inside there. That's the Noah's Ark, and it crashed. That ball of water crashed on Earth, causing the flood. Because 40 days of rain, in order for the planet really to actually flood itself, as the flood myth goes, you would have to have the entire ocean, first of all the water on the ground, the liquid water would have to evaporate into the clouds before it would rain. And then even then, it's not enough to cover all of the land. Okay, some of the lands might overflow that are in lowlands between mountains and stuff, but eventually that water would run off. But it wouldn't cover the whole planet, and that's the story we get, is that the whole planet, like, no, there wasn't a stitch of Earth left except for a few tippy tops of mountains. Ararat being one possible mountain, Everest being another possible mountain for sure. The mountain in it's actually a volcano in Hawaii was probably the other one that was at the top. Those are the three largest mountains in our planet right now. So where did the water come from that would have covered all that land? The only explanation is that the water table had to have increased by at least 50 to 100%. I say double. That's 100%.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the double myself. There was a lot of water, and being that we're talked about that made it brought some life along with it. It had to be a lot of water to sustain it.
The entire
we already
ocean,
know
one entire ocean anyway. Yeah.
Well, no, Gene. So Jay and I went through this a couple of nights ago. So no, it won't freeze. It'll get a crust on the outer side, but the inside will stay warm and alive. Oh yes, and for thousands, yes. Even in weeks,
you'd have a crust of about maybe 8 to 12 feet. I think they say 8 to 18 feet, something like that. I forget what the number was. But,
it varies.
Basically enough to make a crust and basically an ice planet. Over a few thousand years, that entire ocean would eventually freeze into a giant solid ball, and any living creatures inside probably die.
So the current estimate,
this thing was only out for maybe a couple of years.
So
and I think maybe at the most a few months before it struck our planet when it came off the planet.
It would take roughly ocean the size of the Pacific would take roughly 300,000 years to freeze. So it would take 1,000 years just to form a crust 10 feet thick, and then after that, every 100 years the crust would grow half the size it is right now. So whatever it was, if it was 10 feet. Every 100 years, it's going to grow another 5 feet, and then it's going to keep growing. And eventually, after
exponentially, it'll freeze itself to the center.
No, so it says though the problem it has initially is for a while it can't freeze because it's not. See, the water has to pop into a ball like water does space. And if you ever notice when they shoot water in space, it juggles around and undulates for a while before it turns into a ball. So in order for it to freeze,
what do they call it? It's surface tension is what does that.
So in order for it to freeze, though, it has to turn into the ball. If it's undulating, it can't freeze because the ice will just break. Every time it twists one way and twists the other way, it'll just shatter the crust and send it out flying. So that doesn't seem to be what happened. So it must undulate for a while, and then it finally calms its ass down and turns into a ball like water does in space, and then the outside starts to freeze.
Likely.
Jimmy, how many years will the undulation at this time? I mean, if we're talking Pacific, we're probably talking 1,000 years before it settles down.
It may not
ocean, and it may not. It may take
once it freezes to a crust, there may be some pockets of air in there, and it may still be slooshing around inside like a water balloon.
There are several scientists who have talked about water worlds without any land at all. That the oceans are so big they can't freeze. The heat itself from everything inside keeps it ice free. Mm-hmm. And no land. There's no land. There's not even a core. It's just what they think is like what Jay and I are talking about. This escape. So let's say some of the planets we're looking at right now, or one of them are Earth-like, and it's 22 times the size of Earth. It's 88% water. So just think if it was destroyed and all that water went into space. Yeah, you'd have something 22, an ocean 20 size of times of Earth, floating around, full of life, full of whatever was been keeping it alive the whole time. Yeah, it'll it'll evolve and move on.
It
That one
probably
probably won't freeze, but and then we don't know how close it gets to things. But well, I see
so
Gene. That's
probably
the other
what happened with that ocean that struck us
He
was
might
a
get
couple
boil
of
off.
things. Is it probably did freeze. It probably took upwards of 2 years to cyclically
No, it
follow
had
our gravity and
for it to
crash onto our
freeze. It had
planet.
to be for it
It had to
said
be at least
it had to
several
be.
weeks.
No. We were just reading that. So for it to freeze, an ocean the size of the Pacific would take more than 1,000 years because it has to stop undulating.
No, to form a crust. No, it's just to form an ice crust.
No, that's what they're
It may take a
saying.
few
It
weeks,
can't. It can't form a crust. It's
Well-
moving around too much to form a crust. That's what they're talking about. It actually has to slow down and stop moving before the ice can form.
regardless whether it had a frozen crust or not. What I suspect happened is that had it was more like a water balloon effect. When it did strike us, it was carrying all the ocean life forms and maybe some, again, technological life forms with submarines or technology to live in water. But whatever life forms were in there, natural life forms that don't like have technology, like whales, like Martian whales or whatever, I'll bet you some of them were deposited on our planet, new life forms, living life forms, and I'll bet you there were some that died on the way.
Oh yeah, I'm
Several
sure
did
that
not
was.
make the trip, and so it probably deposited several species of now extinct creatures, whose fossils we may find and be like, oh, they're not from here, and that would be the telltale sign. Well, if we find a large Martian animal fossil in our ocean or somewhere on our land, well, guess what? Boom, theory is proven.
Well, the problem with all that is if it came here 50, 60 million years ago, as far as we know, it is ours. Yeah, it is ours as far as we're concerned. So, Jenny, so the way you look at this is, we know on Mount Everest about 78% of the way up, 80%, there's a layer of fish, and not just fish, all kind of sea stuff. It's just a layer. It's like a massive, it's like a massive graveyard. Now we're talking way the hell up. Now you can say, okay, Mount Everest rose from the floor of the sea, but no, we know where it is and when this all happened. So that's not a good viable thing. But it's worse than that, because come all the way across the United States, and we have mountains with the same features. Now, granted, some of the states was underwater, but yeah.
Well, I mean, beach Lake Titicaca is filled with those seashells, ancient sea life seashells.
Denny, some of the mountains in the United States were underwater because there used to be a great salt ocean in the middle of the country. But that's not all of them. A lot of them were still, there was ridges around that ocean, and those were big mountains. So regardless how you want to look at this, there seems to be way up on these mountains around the world, there seems to be a layer of dead sea animals, which tells you one thing. At one point, somehow or another, there was water that high up. Now we're gonna cheat a little bit here, and we're gonna say everything was 300 feet shorter than it is now, or 500 feet shorter. We'll give some height consideration because this was further in the past. We'll even say 1,000 feet, just for shits and giggles. So okay, but yet somehow or another, even at 1,000 feet, that would still mean at Mount that's like 6,000. We have sea urchins and stuff at 6,000 and 7,000 feet up, and there's not even enough water on the planet today to get that high up.
Yeah.
So the only way
you have animals at the top of Lake Titicaca, the top of Bolivia, it's like 13,000 feet off the ocean, that match genetically and visually, like you can identify rocks by sight and color. The fossils on Lake Titicaca match fossils at the bottom of the Marianas Trench.
That's cool, man. So Jay, what you did, man? I can hear myself. I can hear myself now. Something changed, man, because I couldn't hear myself. Now I can hear myself. Okay, now I can. So that was weird.
I ain't touched nothing.
that was just weird. No, Chris. So the only way this could have happened was when you hear us talk about this theory about this water coming from another world, it hit our planet. This is an ocean, probably bigger than the Pacific, 1.5 times, I would say, at least,
or at least the same size.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe even bigger, because there still needed to be more water. Because the rest of the planet, I mean, the Gulf of Mexico didn't even have water in it. Yeah. Oh no, we brought up the maps on this to show everybody.
And that was only what? I only went back 5,000 years, 4,700 something.
Yeah.
There was no water in the Gulf. So.
last ice age we're talking about, yeah. And the thing of it wasn't there wasn't as much ice coverage as they always tell us that there is. Yeah, there seemed to
Yeah.
be far less than what we were originally told, which was
And almost all the land appeared to be vegetation. Now, whether that was just on their part to distinguish like actual continental rock versus underwater shelf rock, but the almost every part where we live was green.
yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I'm
And they aren't
glad you
green
said
today.
that.
Is the
That
thing.
that
So
no. I'm glad you said that. It's a good segue. So NASA released its greening map. So you remember Al Gore told us how we're all going to be dead, how global warming is so bad. I never understood that when they used to talk about all the food was going to go away. I'm like, why the fuck? Excuse me, why would that happen? I'm thinking people we inject carbon into our food now to make it grow. Oh yes, people into our greenhouses all the time we inject carbon because it doubles and triples the growth. So NASA just proved it to everybody. Our planet has greened almost fourfold. They're saying if
yeah.
it keeps on this rate in less than 50 years, there will be no deserts or very small ones. Oh yeah, they're kind of freaking out on it. Well, because it'll be a different planet.
Well, I mean, but it's only a good thing because it only helps produce a couple of things. Food for one thing, and building materials, because you can think of all people always are complaining about how there's not enough building materials. Don't chop down all the trees, blah 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 blah. If you have more room to grow more trees, then you can use more of them to create more buildings.
Yeah, Mike, I am
Only a
wearing
good
t-shirt.
thing.
Shh, don't tell anybody I'm wearing a t-shirt, Mike. Shh.
No crap, I forgot I am too.
don't cause no trouble. You don't be known if you don't cause it. But anyway, getting back
Yeah.
to the ocean thing. So look, people, let's say here's our planet. We're cruising along, la, 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 we're bebopping along through the sky. Here comes this freaking ocean. Woo, we're like, uh-oh, and the Earth guy is going, oh man, and all of a sudden, pff. So when it hits, it just engulfs it. The northern hemisphere, it looks like, is where it hit. It just engulfs the whole top of the planet is completely underwater. There is no mountains left that are not below water. Maybe Everest, maybe the very tip might have been out, but I'm thinking that bitch was underwater too. Because from when you
maybe
look at
for the
sediment,
first few days or weeks, yes.
it might not even been that long. It may have been just for a few minutes as it washed through. But as it came through, it started to settle. So we see that first settlement layer where that water first stopped. So that's 2/3 up. That's really deep. And then you start to see it as it goes down. It starts filling all the places like the Gulf and down underneath, the Indian Oceans and the Atlantic Ocean. All this water starts finally running back into all these places and settles in to basically where we are today. And we know this for another reason because we keep finding these sunken cities. The one off the coast of Cuba is
what is it, 14, 13 now?
Yeah. The one off the coast of Cuba is 2,200 feet. According to Procession, last time there was that little amount of water was pre-ice age. And they're not talking like 10,000 years ago. They're talking like 2 million years ago. There's no way. I mean, that's just impossible. That there was advanced civilizations like that. Bad enough when you say 25.
The timeline doesn't line up, right? It's really weird. It doesn't match.
Oh, you mean, I seen the one the other day on first off, I noticed that they're changing the names of the people who came up with these ideas. Like the 3 guys who actually found out that the water was drowned in the Sphinx. No, now they got some old guy to give him credit for. I don't even know who this guy is.
It's Rob. So the 3 guys who did that was in, is it 87 or 93? I don't remember, but it was Dr. Robert Schoch, Robert
we had him on the
Bovall,
show,
and Dr. Anthony West, and the 3 of them, they walked through the whole. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hour long documentary, and they walk the whole complex and they show you. And I took geology for a few years in college. I'm not a geologist like Dr. Schoch. He's got a doctoral degree in geology. Robert Schoch does. He's a geologist, smart dude. He knows rocks. I know rocks, not as much as he does, but I agree with his assessment. It's just logical. You don't even have to be a geologist to look at that area and just see that it had water pooled in it for thousands and thousands of years, and it lapped away and made water erosion. It is not wind erosion. It's the exact opposite. In fact, there is wind erosion within the same complex, and you can tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean you can. I mean you can actually see the wind erosion.
Right, and then those three guys are the ones who I know. As far as I know, they're the first to point it out, and they like I said, they mapped everything out, and then they also agreed that the Sphinx probably was made before 10,500 BCE, so it would face its if it is supposed to be a lion, but I think it was supposed to be a dog, and I think it may have been the dog star it looked at. So they may have gotten the star wrong, but I do agree with them that it was supposed to look at its relevant constellation as it rose on the east coast. Same with the pyramids. They also agreed that they were probably made somewhere around 14 or 15,000 BCE.
Yeah, I think the pyramid's only 5,000-6,000 years old. But that's only. I'll tell you why.
Agree with you that I think the limestone cover stones that the Egyptians put on.
No, it's not that. It's not that
old. But I think the pyramid that was underneath that was built 16,000.
You want me to tell you why I know that's not true? Because the Mesopotamians and the Babylonians don't write about them, and they were there. They were in that part of the world at that time, and they weren't.
They didn't find them. Of course, they were under the sand.
No. The Sphinx was there. They could see the head of the Sphinx. So that means the pyramids would be showing. It's the pyramids just weren't there yet. The pyramids is a monument. Pyramids are like Angkor Wat.
The person who discovers the Sphinx is Khufu, the one that made the big pyramid allegedly.
No, but the Sumerians and the Jews talk about it. They got actual writings about it, so that they were aware of it was there. And a matter of fact, the Germans found the information from the Sumerians, not from the Egyptians. As a matter of fact, think about it. That's another odd thing, which we may have to do some research into this. They seem to have gotten a lot of shit from the Sumerians. If the
Sumerians saw the pyramids before Khufu,
they didn't see the pyramid. They only saw the head of the Sphinx. And by the way, both the Jews and them describe it as it wasn't a lion's head. It was something else. They didn't say it was a dog's hog, but they didn't describe it. It wasn't a person for sure.
It's like a dog.
Yeah, it wasn't a person. And Gene, because first off, so y'all know this, not everybody believes that Leo is the lion. Okay, that's not all societies practice that. So you need to keep that in mind. Remember, we're going by Egyptians, which is 6,000 years later. The society we're talking about was pre-Egyptian. They may have been the fathers or the ancestors of the Egyptian, but they were pre-Egyptian. They weren't the Egyptians that we all know and love today. That's a whole different group of people. That's the ancestors. That's the lost people, because the people before them seem to have been more advanced. Yeah, I know, which really sucks. And that would have been probably the time of Babel, which is probably a good 25,000 years ago. Well, so Jack, if all civilization started in one place, then how can we speak 200 there's over 1,000, but how can we speak over 200 languages? I'm just curious. I mean, we started in Africa, and how many different... Alexa, how many languages are spoken in Africa?
Africa is incredibly multilingual, with roughly 1,250 to 2,100 languages.
Alexa, thank you. Okay, there you go.
What?
Yeah, you heard what you just said.
There's not that many languages on the planet. There's only
Alexa, how many languages are there on the planet? I love giving Alexa headaches.
There are roughly 7,170 languages spoken worldwide today.
Living languages.
Languages are distributed across different families and regions.
Not tonight, but we will have this discussion in the future. Thank you, Alexa. That's that. I never knew that. I gotta say.
Wow. Yeah. That's an eye opener.
I'm ignorant, people. Alexa, stop. I rarely say I'm ignorant, but I was with Jazz, and it was about 200 official languages. 7,000. That's just
over 7,000.
Alexa, how many did languages are there?
Tons.
There are roughly 7,170 living languages.
No, Alexa, how many did languages are like Aramaic? How many did languages are there?
There are roughly 7,000.
Alexa, Stop. Thank you, baby.
Hey, Google, how many dead languages were once spoken on Earth?
While exact numbers are difficult to track
Of
because
course.
many languages vanished without written records, there are at least 573 known extinct languages that researchers have documented.
That's
bad.
shockingly low for 7,000. Hey, Google, how many official languages are spoken on the planet worldwide?
There are approximately 7,000 languages currently spoken around the world, though this number is always changing as languages evolve or fade. While many
7,000. Anyway, moving on, Google.
government and administration, there is no single global count of official languages, as that depends on the specific laws of each individual nation. For instance,
Hey, Google, stop.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey,
So none of them are official, but all of them are 7,000.
7,000 living
that's
languages. That means they're speaking. every
Astonishing.
day. Yeah.
That's astonishing.
That's insane, is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into that. Let's see. Where are we? We're on the map now. Okay. Look, people. Let's see. This is as big as this gets. Yeah, that bites. Well, that's Earth right there. So you see there's
you
three
are
spiral
here.
arms. So spiral arm. No. This is just one. See how it spirals out. Yeah, you got to follow them out for there's three of them. Now there used to only be two. This one didn't exist. This one out here over here didn't exist. They found it one day. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at where we are. There's that right under that black bar where it kind of forks out.
They got a line
there or
so
there.
And this really is going to prove J&I's point about being pushed in from the Sagittarius. Hold on. Let me. I just had the right map a minute ago. What did I do with it? Was it this one? Come on, what can pop up? I think it was this one. Let's try this one. So you can see this. See this? No, this is actually a little bit different, but so the black. This is us right here. This is the one spiral arm. This is the other spiral arm, and then there's a debris field right here.
Yeah,
it looks like if you look back here, it looks like we pushed through these two right here. See, look, gap.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And we're in an angle, gap, and then gap. It looks like we came through right here. This whole section. So I bet you we are from.
You can see the space where it went through. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you we are from Sagittarius then, or it just picked us up along the way. I can't rule out the fact because it picked us up along the way.
It's not a debris field. It's an independent arm that's starting to merge with the. It looks like the Orion arm because the one below is the Sagittarius arm. Correct.
Yeah, but I think that piece is a piece of Sagittarius galaxy.
Right. Yes, the Sagittarius arm I think is from that guy, but the one above us that we're merging into, that's the Orion arm.
Let's see.
Sagittarius. What is Sagittarius? You mean Sagittarius?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I figured it would figure it out.
There you go. It's
I knew it would figure it out on its own. So let's go ahead and find it. Okay. It's not showing it. Oh, yeah, it is. Look at it. Oh, no, that's our solar
there we go.
And that's Sagittarius. Hey, where the hell is that? That's not what we're looking for. Let's try this a different way. Milky Way galaxy eating Sagittarius galaxy. Let's see if that does. Okay. So we're in line. Yeah, so we come straight out of this thing.
But yeah, it looks like it was flipped on its edge, and we just passed right through it, just sucked it all in.
Yeah. So no, people. Let me show you. This is us, and this is it.
Yeah.
So it you can't see it. It's looped through the galaxy. So out here, this thing's actually traveling like this, or it's actually probably traveling like this. But no, you can't see it because our galaxy is flat.
Where it says Sagittarius, I think that's the direction our galaxy is going.
So, well, no, see, it's eating it on a flip. So we're flat on the say, like if we're the Milky Way, we're flat on the concrete, right? The Sagittarius is actually standing up.
Sagittarius is like this.
Yeah, it's standing up.
Brushed past it and just absorbed it and took it with us.
Yeah, so we're sucking it in through the outside, and the center of our galaxy is eating it at the same time. That's just wicked. It's
Yeah.
yeah, I don't even know what to think about that. That's just wicked. It's
Well, and the other thing is too. Put the big map up of the top of our galaxy.
well. Let's look at this.
The other one.
So
Put the other
here
one up
we
that
are.
we're just
Wait,
looking
yeah,
at.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Hold on. Shh. I just want to check
Ooh,
something right quick. Shh.
that's nice and purple.
Shh. Boom. Yep.
Yeah, eventually, like
Boom. No, no, no,
500
no. This is
billion years.
this is the Sagittarius right here. This
Yeah.
is part of the Sagittarius. This the section right here. That's what we're on.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. So that's probably where we came from, people. Okay, what was you looking for? Let's go back and find maps.
The one that, no, that one right there. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay. So where it says Sagittarius, I think that's the direction because our galaxy is spinning this way. So are our planets. They're spinning counterclockwise.
Yeah, clockwise.
No,
not all
our,
are spinning clockwise.
Our planets are spinning counterclockwise, but the galaxy going this way throughout the universe. So we're headed that direction. But if you follow Sagittarius straight off the screen, that's the way that the galaxy is moving. You can like visualize it in your head.
Yeah.
And we're moving at a clip too. Like what is it,
Oh, yeah,
17? Like almost near the lightest speed of light.
We're moving. We're hauling ass. Alexa, how fast is our galaxy traveling through space?
Our Milky Way is cruising through the universe at roughly 2.3 million kilometers per hour, about 1.4 million miles per hour, relative to the cosmic microwave background.
That's hauling ass.
Yeah. We don't have anything that can generate that kind of energy or speed.
Actually, I know, Jimmy. We're going to get to the videos in a minute. Well, we got see. It's what we were talking about on one of the other shows. You get it just segues through. The chat is. I was just telling this to Jay earlier. The chat is the most popular show on this network by far, too. Mm-hmm. Well, the two most popular hosts on the network, or the two most group popular hosts on the network, is Michelle and I, and then the boys hang out with Jay. Jay and Sean are hanging out with us. So the four of us, I guess. Well, the chat's just different. A chat, and anybody can come on the chat. We allow anybody in this damn network to come on there. They don't come on; it's their own fault. They're missing out too because it's a good way to pick up numbers.
They're scared because Joe's on it.
Your co-host is going to come join us in a week or two.
Oh, good, cool.
Yeah, I told him stop being a chicken shit and come on. I was talking to him yesterday, actually. We're talking about Jeffrey Pritchard, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of that, I have a single friend. If anybody's looking, he's cute, kind of bald, got shiny hair, but he's cute. He wrestles alligators. Yeah. What do you mean? Does he like abusive women? Or why? Are you an abusive woman? Why don't you check him out on his show on Church of Maybes and ask him that yourself? I'm not sure if I want to know. No, I'm just not sure if I want to know. Anyway, let's throw this up on the screen. I don't know how long this is. I don't think it was that long, but we're going to check right quick and find out. Why is everything so weird on my screen? What the bleep is going on?
I don't know. I didn't do it. All right.
Very strange.
So I think we got that subject pretty well tackled. What do we got for videos coming up?
Well, that's what I'm putting up right now.
There we go.
So let's fix this.
I forget that guy's name, but he's pretty good.
I think he's sitting in for Sean Hannity tonight.
He's a regular host on the network.
We got other videos besides these, but this is 7 minutes. Well, there's a couple other videos we're going to bring up. We're probably not going to play. We're going to just clip through them so you can see the UFOs and we're going to discuss them. Well, because some of them are other people's stuff and we don't want to hear them yap.
Yeah.
No, we'll give them credit for using their videos, but because we may not agree with what they're saying. So you like that ocean theory because it's the only theory that actually explains how this freaking water got on this planet. Because when you look, when you do the map backwards to the ice age, and you look at the ice age melt, there's just not enough ice on the planet to raise it. So with all the ice frozen, it was 500 feet from, like, say, Florida Beach to the ground. But these cities were 2,000 feet down, so that's another 1,500 feet of water worldwide. That's a lot of water.
Plus, think of it like this: the ocean here on this planet, other creatures, it doesn't bother their eyes, doesn't make them cry, or doesn't irritate their eyes. It does bother our eyes because we're different.
Yes, because we're different.
We're not from here.
We're queer.
Yeah.
What do you mean? No, Jackie, queer. Queer means weird or strange. No, we took it back.
Out of the ordinary.
Actually, we took it back successfully. I don't even hear it being used in the community that much. No, because I'll tell them. It's like, yeah, it's my word. Get your hands off my word. It's because I like the word, and I don't think it should mean something disgusting. Any sex like that, any talk about sex on a TV show like that is disgusting. I don't care what kind it is. Now you want to come on news and flip side and talk about it? That's different. Or the chat, but not here. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna put this up. Stephen Beckett, is that his name?
New batch of UFO files.
Yeah.
No, Stephen Beckett, I think, is someone who from CBS. That guy, I don't know his name. The picture dude, I don't know his name, but Stephen Beckett.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see
they're playing a clip from Stephen Beckett.
Wait a minute. So we're playing a clip from Fox, who's playing a clip from CBS. That's news today.
Or they're quoting one of their reporters. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, here we go, guys and girls. I still think that's funny.
That's how they roll, dude.
Welcome back to this special edition of Hannity. Earlier today,
you don't look like Hannity,
UFO
dude.
File was dropped when published by the Pentagon. This is the 5th batch of declassified UAP documents, including videos from some remarkable military encounters. In one incident over the Gulf of Oman, U.S. forces reported roughly 25 unidentified objects described as cold orbs, moving at speeds of up to 1,300 miles per hour. Another file details a military pilot's encounter of a massive silent triangular object over Afghanistan. This comes as Time magazine wrote that America is finally taking the possibility of extraterrestrial life seriously, pointing to congressional hearings, new disclosures, and a growing number of military and intelligence officials willing to publicly discuss UAPs. Here now with more UAP whistleblower and former director of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, Lou Elizondo. Lou, it's an honor to talk to you.
I ain't seeing pictures, buddy. You're getting dropped.
What do you make from this latest batch of materials that was dropped by the Pentagon?
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me. It's certainly my honor and privilege. Look, all I got to say, bottom line is the president is fulfilling a promise to the American people, and members of Congress are also helping with this process. And now the American people are finally able to learn what we knew, as a matter of fact, back in the Pentagon so many years ago. I mean, this is something that I think is going to take some time for some people to really kind of internalize and digest. But look, these things are real, and we've known they're real for decades.
Is it because we have more sophisticated detection capability and the ability to essentially videotape and watch them with the improvements and all sorts of technology? Is that why we're?
Yeah, 100%. It's a great question, and there is a very real possibility really because we have better technology, we have more pervasiveness and more situation awareness of our airspace, that we are beginning to see these things, detect these things, record these things. But there's also a possibility that the frequency of these occurrences is also increasing. There are two major, if you will, points of intersection regarding the UAP topic. One is water. For some reason, we see these UAP in and around areas of large bodies of water frequently, and also our military equities and our nuclear equities and technologies. And if you look at, for example, the Navy, let's say a carrier strike group, that's an awfully big nuclear footprint smack dab in the middle of the water, and that's exactly where we're seeing a lot of these UAPs.
Let's talk some more about that water, because at least some of the videos that I saw in the documentary, the idea that these things can dip in and out, and I think it was a Navy admiral talking about how little of our oceans are actually mapped and have been surveilled. We seem to know more about the moon than we do our own oceans.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. The ocean is especially the deep parts of the ocean, is a very hostile environment. where the temperatures are extremely cold and the pressures are almost unimaginable. And yet we have documented evidence that demonstrate definitively that these objects, whatever they are, these UAP, have the ability to also operate not just in our airspace and potentially in low Earth orbit, but also seemingly underwater without the normal performance compromises you might expect. So, for example, here on Earth, with our technologies, we do have these vehicles called transmedium vehicles. Think of a seaplane. It can fly and it can float. But let's face it, a seaplane is neither a very good airplane nor a good boat because it's a design compromise. In essence, the more environments you want to work in, the more compromises.
It's a bad
you
example.
have to have.
That's not transmedium.
We don't see that with these UAP. They seem to be able to operate seamlessly throughout all these domains and no compromise in performance.
What are the chances here, Lou, that this is just either spoofing or it's U.S. intelligence?
Yeah, we know this isn't.
Operating
so people, this
is
the rest of the military. So they showed us like Jay and I broke
the Chinese
bunked this a couple of weeks ago.
I mean, but there are attributes of these things.
We were watching them fly something when this just came on.
Yeah, 100%. Great question. So let's look at that real quick and pull this back.
Come on.
And if we can. Some of these reports that President Trump is now releasing go back to the late 1940s, early 1950s, and there's objects being tracked on radar that are going in excess of 5 times the speed of sound, what we call hypersonic velocity. Now, we had barely broken the sound barrier at that time. What nation on Earth, following the footsteps of World War II, had the capabilities to have technology like that? Well, the United States was really the only superpower at the time. Russia hadn't yet invented the atomic bomb, and China was in the middle of a famine. So if there is a country out there that somehow we invest into our intelligence community each year, this would be a national security concern eclipsing that of even 9/11. This would be technologies we have. I'm not going to talk about those technologies. Some of those remain very sensitive, very classified, but not all the things we are seeing in the sky are necessarily our technology. And this is why now you have NASA and these other organizations coming out and having an honest conversation with the American people after decades of denial.
Last question for you, Lou. Look,
Lou, they can't have an honest question.
Is doing the right thing and releasing all of this. What would you like to personally see released that maybe the government has not yet shown?
A cadaver.
Well, there's videos and reports that I had access to when I was at the Pentagon and we were working with the CIA and other organizations that frankly were in ultra high definition, really just knock your socks off. But that is really not, I think, for me, the most important thing. What I would like to see is a national intelligence estimate done by the DNI on an annual basis, also have some sort of strategy for UAP. And when I say UAP, I mean also drones, right? Chinese spy balloons. There's a lot of stuff in our airspace we frankly don't have a handle on, and have some sort of national intelligence estimate, some sort of national strategy, and maybe even an individual, some sort of czar position that's responsible for our airspace.
Interesting. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube.
Yeah, that one wasn't very good. They didn't even show any new ones. They showed all the old ones.
Stop buying expensive blood glucose test strips and say goodbye to the daily pain of finger pricking. This portable home health monitor simply clips right onto your finger to accurately measure your blood glucose.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. You've got Blake and Brent Cousins, and we're going over the crazy UFO videos that just come in to Third Phase of Moon. Let's get to it. Buckle up. This is coming out of Tucson, Arizona. Broad daylight sighting of a metallic object just hovering in the air. Take a look at this. The original to the left. I blew it up to the right. You can see how high it is up in the sky.
Blown
to
up,
the
means
lower
enhanced.
portion of your left. That's original footage. Look how small it is. Look at that. Yeah, look at that anomalous orb that pops in and out just right below it. We're slowing it down. You see it.
It's got arms on it.
Dissipate in and out. And what we're looking at, it almost looks something out of an Elon Musk SpaceX project, but I don't think so. I don't think SpaceX has this in their assets. I don't see any means of propulsion coming off this thing.
Yeah,
any
I do, dude.
Raptor engines
That's
or
what them
anything, but I
spots
do
at.
see that subtle orb.
I saw that.
just hanging in and out. And look how high it is up in the sky. Once again, the original.
So
down
there's
on the
no
lower
trees, no frame of reference. It could be 2 feet off the ground.
One of the better ones that I've seen. Again, broad daylight, crystal clear, like we've been saying.
Looks like a Mylar bag to me.
No, I thought it was a Dalek.
That might even be fake.
You know what it looks like? They got this thing called the Delta Clipper.
Yeah.
It's a spacecraft we designed. It's just that's what it does. It hovers.
It looks like something NASA had back in the 50s.
Right, let's get a close-up, blow things up, get a closer look at this object just hovering in the sky. I don't think it's an advertisement banner. It could be some kind of mocked-up helium balloon, but I don't know, man. It's just hanging there. It has this metallic orb sitting on top of it, this metallic feature, and it's just hovering there, static in the sky.
It's right? Dalek, man.
Yeah, I don't see no tether, and yeah, it looks like a silver dome up on top with this kind of conical bottom to it. It's very strange. You do see a little appendage right there at the bottom, but I don't see a tether attached to it. This thing just seems to be hovering there right in place.
Yeah, it could be a fishing line there.
Once again, interesting daylight footage coming into third phase. Buckle up, we've got a lot more video.
At least that one had scale.
This is coming out of China. I think it's the second video that we've shared this week coming out of China. And what are we looking at? Is this some kind of massive UFO just hovering there in this big cloud formation? It almost looks like a Superman symbol, but it's all black. And
it kind of does.
There's some geometric shape to it. This isn't a natural shadow, in my opinion. There's something up there. Brent, what's your thoughts? Wow, look at that thing. It's clearly there, something massive, and it seems to be trying to camouflage itself within the clouds, but it's not doing a very good job.
Diamond shaped.
At it. It's actually making itself present. It's weird shape if it's a spacecraft, because it has these weird angles. It's not geometric. And this one's kind of interesting. A super clear shot.
So that means fake. You don't really get super clear, high definition shots with cell phone cameras. There are good cameras, but they're not what we're looking for. And we want physical evidence. The video can be faked.
Yeah. Well, I tell people bring a starboard camera with you to back up your video.
Right, captured in the mountains. And
if they really want to release
something strange is going on up there, and take a look at this.
Yale biology go over one of those bodies. That's what I want to see.
Jesse, no, when I said starboard camera, it's the kind you buy. They're sealed. They're, like a Kodak 400. You take pictures with them and you got to bring them, have them developed. The reason I say this is because they're sealed. When you get them, you can't tamper with them. When you bring them in to have the film done, if they've been tampered with, they'll know. So you can have them do it, and then you're having someone else do the film for you. But I will tell you this. One time we were having film done in a mall, and I was going to go get something to drink while the film was being done, and I noticed a guy was looking at him really, really hard. So I made my one of the directors stand there and watch him. Somebody's tried to take some of the pictures out of him. She caught him. She tore his ass up. Oh, yeah, she tore his ass up, too. And oh, no. She said, oh, were you trying to steal them pictures? All the good ones. I was like, no, indeed not, man.
Well, I don't remember the actual procedure, but I've actually developed black and white film. I can't do color, but I can do
steady
black
pace.
Yeah, well, no.
The process is involved, but if I had the ability to buy a black and white, and I'm sure they have them, a black and white sealed camera, I could have cracked it open myself and developed it within the when I was at school anyway. I don't have a dark room here, but
that was the second year of 4-H they taught us film development. It was no, Dean, it was weird. The first time you take a blank piece of paper and then throw in some liquid and a picture comes on, and you're like, what?
So cool.
You're kind of like, what the hell just happened? What? It's weird. I am not even sure who thought that up, how they thought it up. I don't know, but it works. So that's all that matters. But anyway, where were we? Let's see. What were we looking at? This thing still up in the sky?
But it doesn't look like one to me. That's why we're sharing it right here at Third.
It's cool,
confirmed. Dude. No AI, no CGI. People say it's all fake. It's all AI. No, it's not.
That looks fairly
What we're sharing
real.
here is authentic footage coming in from the public, and look how beautiful this image is. The original to the left, the video to the right. I blew it up about 300%, added some brightness, contrast, and we're seeing this craft.
Yeah, when
just
you do
shimmering
that,
the light.
Enhance it, you alter it.
It's a fantastic sighting.
Not evidence.
Yeah, look at that, just glinting up there. It's nothing I'm aware of. It's not a helicopter. It's not a plane. It's not a drone.
Like a helicopter, dude.
Not a balloon. We can rule all these things out.
See, if these guys knew how to work a waveform monitor, they could just look at the original video. If you can get your hands on the original video and run it through a waveform, you can see
very beautiful
tell
sighting.
if it's a fake video or not.
Well, first off, you've got this extension.
More videos right now.
Where's it at?
More shimmer in the light. Rule all these things
so you
out.
Got this tail.
Now the big question is, what is it? It's just.
But it's more than the tail. You'll see the tail, and then all of a sudden you start seeing strobing, and then you also see strobing up here. Well, on a helicopter right here, you're going to see strobing because that's where the rotors are, and you're going to see it back here because that's where the other rotor is. And there's going to be one on the tail up here, and then one on each one of these up here. And then if this was just a silver or stainless steel helicopter, the sun alone would be enough to cause this effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jane. So you got to take all that in consideration. It's the glowing spots. Let's see if we can see them on here.
They're floating. Very beautiful.
It's the way it glows out. But all right, that was even better. Let me go back.
I saw the tail. I saw the tail. That's a helicopter.
But it's more than that. If when you look at the tail right above the body where it flares, you can see a gray line. I think you can see the rotors.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, people, I don't have no. It won't let me just crawl it. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's
not a drone. It's not.
Yeah.
Not a balloon.
Yeah, right here. You can see a gray line above. You can actually see it better when it's stretched out.
Things out.
And then it flares like the sunlight hit it.
What is it?
Then you see it on top. It's flash.
It's a Sikorsky freight helicopter.
More videos right now.
That's a helicopter
from the ISS.
No,
watch that.
We're not trying to debunk this, dude. We want this shit to be real. It's just that's a helicopter.
That's
I don't want to break.
That's a 100% Sikorsky freight helicopter with a stainless steel silver frame.
Yeah, I want to break your heart. But
this professional 32 terabyte
keep people honest. Yeah.
It's SSD capable of holding the entire collection of the New York Public Library is something you won't find at Best Buy or any electronics retailer, even if you were willing to drop $1,000.
Wow.
Jay said he'll be your boyfriend overnight if you buy me one of these. Oh, it's that.
I wouldn't mind having one of those either.
It's that thing that eats spaceships, like on. Let's see on
something
on
appears
Strange New Worlds
behind Earth itself, peering over the horizon. We're getting some close-up looks at this. What the heck is going on? This is absolutely incredible. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this is some kind of blast, a massive one, but we haven't heard anything in the major news, so I'd have to rule that out.
Coming off the planet or from behind the planet?
Is very, very bizarre. I'm trying to figure out if this
could be coronal mass ejection that just missed us
in the ISS, but I can clearly see, and you could clearly see that this comes from behind Earth itself, peering over the horizon. Look at this thing. Whatever it is, it seems to be at least maybe hundreds of miles in length here. Brent, your thought. So what are we looking at? It's anomaly. It's incredible stuff. So what are we looking at? Is this some kind of natural formation? Maybe possible jets that left this behind, commercial airliner with some trail behind it, but it's weird. It goes into different directions. Maybe this was some kind of rocket that malfunctioned, and you can see the debris move from right to left in the upper portions to create this kind of wing-like effect, but you can almost see like a head on this, a torso, and some legs underneath. Again, I don't think this is CGI by any means. We're looking at it. You can see the refraction of lights. You can kind of see some sparks and anomalous detail, and it clearly shows some sort of like apparition or angel, as you would call it. Was this done by jets leaving a trail behind and kind of creating artwork in the sky? That's a possibility. What I'm finding fascinating are those little anomalies on the bottom of this. What is that? you see these lights jumping in and out of the underskirt of this. It's kind of like surrounding it, moving in a zigzag way back and forth. It's very weird. It's captured a few moments. You can see it peek in and out.
You're looking at a volcano in the ocean?
That's what I'm thinking.
No, that's not a volcano. Is that clouds, the ocean, or sand? I want to say that's a cloud layer. I think it's a cloud layer. No, you wouldn't see waves 7 miles up. That's the top of the cloud formation.
That's
cloud formation. You can see the clouds right there.
So first off, I want to thank the Hidden Underbelly 2.0. He's got an incredible YouTube channel, and he's getting the information for us from around the world. And he's got permission from the person who shot this that we could share it right here with you guys. So this is coming in from the eyewitness. He said he was coming in from Magadan, Russia, and it was earlier this month. Hidden Underbelly asked him if he's by any volcanoes in the area. His response was there was definitely no volcanoes in the near area. He said there was a pulsating glow at the very edge of the upper layer of the clouds. He also stated that this orb was over the cloud layer. He says that the plane's altitude was approximately at 20,000 feet, and he could see the cloud layer below him, but this shiny, bright, reddish orb caught his eye. He began to film this, and he captured it for approximately 3 minutes. So this is incredible footage. If this isn't a volcano, and from the eyewitness's statement that this is indeed an orb that was floating above the cloud layer, what the heck is it? Now, let me tell you, I've seen a lot of crazy UFO phenomenon, and I'm hoping the pilot will come forward because I'm sure he noticed it as well. So we have a passenger aboard a commercial airline heading on his way to Magadan, Russia, and he captures this. If we could have a cooperation between the pilot and a passenger, now that would be great.
This looks blown up.
Yeah, this does. Why change colors?
I don't know. Change shape too.
I get you hard, but that's about it. I help you get hard physically and help promote arousal mentally. I'm the total
people.
Seen shapes like that before in other videos.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Around this craft, and you can see it hover and descend behind the rooftop there. So it is quite interesting. I'm trying to gauge on how large this craft is. I'm guessing, I don't know, 20 to maybe 40 feet in diameter. Brent, what's your thoughts here? We're looking at something.
Mírala, 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 mírala. Mira esa luz de ahí. ¿Sí la estás viendo?
How come none of this stuff happens in the United States?
¿Sí la miras la luz o solo la miro yo?
I don't know.
No. Mira. Miren esa luz extraña.
Así, ya, ¿qué es eso, Julio?
Se le está apareciendo. Yo la estoy grabando.
Una luz. The sun in the fog.
Yeah, they're probably
Again,
just there to have lunch.
People on the big island of Hawaii, and we live on the most active volcano on the planet. UFOs are very, very consistent around volcanoes. But right now, we're in St. Augustine, Florida. We're traveling across America. And again, we're bringing these videos to you as we're traveling, making new documentaries for you. But at the moment, we can't explain to what exactly this could be. Is this some kind of reflection? In my opinion, this is any kind of lens flare or some kind of reflection or Pepper's ghost, as some people might say. Something's there, and it's quite interesting to look at this as the person pulls in, and we notice some kind of glimmery light off at the distance. And it's really cool that these people stuck around to get some really good broad daylight footage. Look how far this is away, and they did a really good job zooming in on this thing. Brent, what's your thoughts here? Is this something mundane like ball lightning, or is this some kind of phenomenon that could be biological in nature?
It's not ball lightning. I've seen it. It could be. There are some geological lighting effects associated with volcanic activity. It could be something on that level.
Volcanoes.
What's that gene? I don't know, man. What's this?
That's 2026. Make it bigger. Wow, that's awfully green.
That's a laser.
Yeah.
Is it? It's a green laser coming off there. I think it's coming off that craft. Either that or it's being hit by a laser from somewhere else.
Or one of those powerful kryptonite lasers that they're shooting it from the ground. So that's whatever that is. That laser effect is bouncing off of, not emanating from. So that laser is definitely. See the rays bouncing off.
This summer, earn daily cash back with Apple Card. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch.
Yes,
Terms and more at applecard.com.
But I hate them.
All right, we just let the whole entire video roll, and what we're looking at is something quite incredible. And now we're going to get some extreme close-ups of whatever this broad daylight craft is. We're looking at something that seems otherworldly, and it's incredible. What was going on in Garden Grove? Now, hold on a sec. We're looking at this a little closer, and we notice an orb pop up right there above the metallic disc in broad daylight. We're looking at something insanely incredible right now.
There's another one over there.
Wow, look at this. Okay, this is a great close-up. Now we're seeing the undercarriage of this disc and the orb seemingly hovering above this craft. Notice this kind of gleaming reflection of light coming from that point of the saucer right there. Okay, let's roll this a few more times. It looks like the cameraman was kind of scanning around to get a better picture of it. Yeah, zoom up. Let's see. They're going to pop. There it is, right up at the top of the screen. Boom. There it is, center. What are we looking at? Look at there's even a point of another object to the left there, almost at 10.
Dude, hold the camera still.
Yeah, I'm noticing them. I didn't notice the first time, but after blowing it up there to the far left, you notice something, maybe another. This video came into us via our Gmail. I'm redacting some of the information, but here's the letter that they were sending us from Finland. He says his sister captured the video.
Looks like the Galileo
near their home in Finland, and they want to get our opinion. They said there was no sound coming from this object whatsoever. We're looking at it, the still photograph it's a still from the video, and we managed to get a super close up. I'm rolling out a blimp. I don't see any gondola, no propellers. It could be a blimp, but something maybe military in nature, but
moving like a blimp.
It almost looks like there's no scenes on this thing. It screams flying saucer to me. Brent, what's your thoughts? Blimp. So, hey, Barrett, can you ask your sister out there to let's see the entire video? Have her upload it to YouTube and copy paste the link to our email. Just put it out on social media. Maybe we could get to the bottom of this. Hidden.
Be sure. But guys, what is in it leaves to a debate, because what we have is a dark cylindrical object that could be hovering above the Arctic Sea, or it could be resting there. Now, this leads to some people believing that this could be a submarine, but due to the distortion, because she's filming this through binoculars, that we're not seeing the whole thing. Something is being distorted. Now I'm looking at this and I can't make out any torrents or anything that this could be a submarine.
Appreciate the hidden
New drone submarines
underbelly
don't
in his
have all that
investigation
stuff,
with regards
Oh,
to this
speaking
video
of that
is
before I forget. So you see our new thing we did, huh? We got these new badass electric submarines. So we've built power supplies for them that work off the oceans, and we sink them to the floor. The drone just goes out there and connects to the power supply and stays there completely inert until it's needed. And we're just sprinkling them all over the freaking oceans. Fully armed, matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Type 3 torpedoes, which is almost the top of the line. Not quite. Yeah. It's enough to sink any ship out there, that's for sure. I don't know. It's spooky stuff. Some of the new stuff I've been reading about lately is spooky stuff, like the Y-23, which would have been the F-23. So the F-23 is actually, believe this or not, is actually a better plane than the F-22. It was faster and was more stealthy, and even had the underbelly that would actually reflect the surrounding area. Yeah, they never gave a reason why they chose the F-22. I think it had to do more with the testing of the new fly without instruments.
Yeah, fly without wire.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, they want you to be able to fly these new jets by thought. They don't want you to have to grab hold of a joystick or push a button. They want you to think about it, and that just happens. You know how much faster that makes you than any pilot flying with a joystick? The Russians, and any pilot that would be flying with a joystick is dead. It's a severe disadvantage.
Unless they, pray and shoot first blindly, hoping to hit you.
So think of it this way: the new F-47 with its 4 drone fleet completely can go invisible or stealthy, carries all kind of weapons, everything you can think of, and can be flown without any instrumentation at all, just through thought. So this guy's cruising. He's connected to all his drones, which are cruising out ahead of him, and they pick up a fleet of MiGs, or they pick up a fleet of the new J-35s. So he just thinks, and before the J-35s won't even see us until after he launches. He'll launch, and he's thinking. So now the J-35's got time to react, but meanwhile, this pilot who is flying without instrument is already reacted yet again. So by the time the J-35 starts to adjust for the missiles, the F-47 pilot is actually killing them. They don't even know they're dying until it's too late. It's the difference in not just in speed of the aircraft, but speed of thought. That millisecond or two it takes to get from your brain to your head is enough to get you killed in combat. And that compounds the longer you do it and the more you do it. Yeah, faster you do it. We get some really advanced stuff out there. And NASA was showing off its new space plane that is not going to be production. It's just a test version. This thing does everything. It's a beast.
It's like the Enterprise. It doesn't go in outer space. They're just trying to test its.
No, it flies. It goes everywhere.
It's going outer space, right?
Yeah, it's been in space. It's been in space for it's like the DARPA thing nobody told us about.
Yeah.
The DARPA was in space 2 years. Nobody knew DARPA had a spaceship up there for 2 years. Even freaking Chinese didn't know. Oh, you could tell when she talked about it. Yeah, he was pissed. He didn't know. The thing just been flying around up there doing whatever, surveilling whatever. We showed you that on, I think it was Friday's show. Thor's hammer. The rods, the god rods, whatever they call them. The rods of the gods. That just sounds weird, but
making the rounds right now, and nobody really has the answer, and neither do we. We're just speculating.
Yes, you're
speculating. If this is something not, it's
looks
right
like
now.
a dinosaur took a turn.
This one from Paris, France.
I'm skeptical.
Thing on bird of prey. Gargoyles flying off the monuments there.
I'm very skeptical.
I've always wanted to go to France. I'd love to go and see all the Paris sites. It's no Three Stooges joke.
Somebody slap Jen. 'Cause 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 'c What do you mean? Why am I skeptical? I don't know. I got a rule about usually if it's too good to be true, it's not going to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the age of the drone,
you're invited to
it
join
makes it
Phoenix
hard.
Energy's next webinar, where you can drill deeper into our bond offerings. We currently offer 2 investment opportunities.
Oh, since you brought it up, we'll talk about it more on Friday. But all the new climate change reports have come out. All the new ice data has come out. So the ice sheets in the Arctic, the big sheets, the ones that are on land, you can't even find a notable sort of decrease in size. There's no melt. The thing says it's 0.00. No, it's zero. It's like 0.0000004 actually. So it's almost non-existent. And the ice that's melting in the summer is coming back, and it's coming back with a vengeance for the last few years. So I don't know. It's it's not what we've been told. That's for sure. No, Gene, I'm for climate change. Oh yeah, because where I live, like right now, it was only 89 degrees today with 70% humidity. Man, for August in the deep south, that's like a godsend. It's usually 100 degrees and 100% humidity with 5 hurricanes headed this way.
Right.
It's so our winters. I mean, we got 2 foot of snow last year. It's never happened the whole time I've lived in the South. Most I've ever seen snow was 2 inches. You couldn't even call it a real snowfall. Yeah. It was mostly melted by morning. I mean,
yeah, what most of the rest of the country would consider a dusting would shut your area down for days.
Yeah,
at least one day anyway.
So this last time it was above 2 feet in some places. My home, we got 19 to 20 inches is what we got, and I was like, "Fuck! Look at the snow, man! It was crazy." No, it was crazy. I mean, it was snow everywhere. So for us, it's better. We're enjoying our winters better. We have cooler for Christmas, even though most Christmases are still like 85 degrees. Yeah, most Christmases down here is short sleeve, short pants weather. Yeah.
Well, in the daytime, at night, you got to put on a sweater.
Yeah, not even then. Sometimes you don't. Yeah, it depends.
Well, I was in Savannah for 13 years, and it's similar. I mean, it's like 75,
80. Savannah's a little bit cooler, yeah.
A little bit.
Savannah's only a little bit cooler because they're just a little further north. That's all. No, see when you live. Okay, Jesse, when you live on the coast, it doesn't as much matter. So most people don't realize this, but if you go up the west coast from Seattle well into Alaska, there is no ice along that part of the coast because the currents being carried along the Pacific are warm, and they keep it like that. So most coast areas, even in the Atlantic, you got to get way up into the Atlantic north to really get into real ice, even in wintertime. You don't. That's why you don't see the New York harbors blocked in ice.
Yeah, that show ice road truckers. They don't. Those ice roads don't open up until wintertime, and they're only open. I think it's like 6 months. It's a long. It's half the year, but it's only they're only temporary roads. Most of the time, they're driving directly across the Bering Straits. With 90,000 tons on their truck on just bare ice. There's nothing below them but ocean.
Yeah, cold ocean too. Last time I seen it, Jenny, there was some girl driving. It's some little bitty tiny thing, man. I was like, damn, it's crazy. No, there's some pretty good episodes. Nah, I wasn't a weekly watch or anything, but I would catch it from time to time.
I used to watch it weekly. It was a good show.
It was fun to watch people ride down on the ice like a bunch of idiots.
It's just nuts.
No, they carried some crazy size loads, man. Oh yeah, they got stupid with some loads. And going up a hill with ice.
The places what they were going to there's no road traffic there during the summer when the roads are unfrozen. So in order for them to get their supply for the 6 months that they're frozen off from the rest of the world, they have to truck in, thousands of tons of groceries, building materials, one of them the guy brought a tractor off of his trailer. I mean, there's all kinds of different freight, but they have, a small window before that ice melts to get it across from the mainland onto those, remote areas.
Well, no, Gene, because it's cheaper to use trucks. Oh, I'm sure you could helicopter in there, but that costs you a small fortune. And there's only a few places where they actually have boat service because,
and only so much you can take by boat or by helicopter. A tractor trailer can haul 90,000 tons. Hard to compete with that. The next biggest thing from that's a container ship, and they don't go through ice.
No, Jesse. Most of the stuff you would see up north like that would be like ferries and things like that. They would carry medium loads, maybe if you emptied them, didn't have any cars or trucks on, you could load them down a little heavier, but that's not really what they're for. And a lot of those places don't even have that because there's no roads leading up to the place you'd have a ferry. And sometimes the water is too low to run one, or if it gets ice, that boat's stuck there the rest of the year. Oh yeah, you'll see it sometimes. They'll just be sitting in the mud. Yeah, because everything's frozen. Yeah, they'll just be sitting there. Well, there's nothing they can do. They just stuck.
They have to take it out of the water, or it'll freeze and break. So if they want to use it when the summer comes back.
Well, no, these are boats. They just line up.
Why people live up there? To be honest,
yeah, but these are boats. They line up along the shore of the lake, and they just sit there throughout the wintertime. And during the summertime, they're out in the back. No, there's actually not any ice edge. They're just sitting on mud. Yeah, I guess because the mud stays warm to keep the ice away. But the boats are just sitting there because there's no water. The ice froze up other places, and the water dried up. I guess you need the snowmelt to keep it full. Yeah, you see them in places. I've seen it in other places like that too. It's just weird. But anyway, enough about all that weird stuff. Where were we? Let's see. Was there anything good we were watching? Let's see.
All right, we're looking at this one more time. What did Lucas capture over Paris, France early?
Paris.
Disc, a ship, a mothership hovering in the sky.
That is not a mothership.
We've done a lot of enhancements to see if there's any manipulation with regards to these photos, and we're not seeing any. What we're looking at is something unbelievable. Even though there's still photographs, you can make out the size.
That's a little bitty mothership, huh?
Massive electric tower there, and the lines.
So guess what?
This thing's got to be at least 100 to maybe 200 feet in length. Brent, your thoughts on these?
What?
Yeah, these are
where
beautiful.
You get these?
We got a series of photos, and like you said, Blake, it looks like a mothership, something straight out of the movie.
Oh, go back! Damn it!
It's like your
damn it!
It's maybe 30 feet in diameter.
Okay. So this is probably a 60-foot tower.
Yep. And the width of that tower is probably 30 feet. It's where it is.
The width. They will put my fat finger on there and move it over to here. Oh no, they ain't no 200 feet, dude. You're on crack. Maybe I don't. Judging from the trees, it's saying
200 feet off the ground, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe 200 feet off the ground. 30 feet long, maybe.
And if you go by the width of the tower, it's 30 feet in diameter. That's no mothership. It's a space. It's a shuttlecraft.
Yes.
It's Papa Alien's Saturday station wagon.
What do you mean we don't like these guys? I don't even know who this guy is. Like, whoa, what was that?
Kind of an idiot.
Massive electric tower there, and the lines. This thing's got to be. And we're looking at something.
This is the fastest way to flush out edema.
Want to flush out edema? Stop doing this first.
I want to flush this out of my eyes, man. Jesus.
Again, with no means of propulsion. Guys, what's your thoughts on these incredible photos? We see structure. I'm hoping that there's some video that comes out.
I've seen these little effers around. Yeah. These little orbs. So, guys, they got these little orbs. This thing's killing my ear. They got these orbs. And they come in different sizes. A lot of times they look like a soccer ball because they got the little patches on them. The little, what is that, octagon shape, pentagon shape, whatever shape that is. Yeah, they have them on there like that. You see them. Well, the first time I ever seen that one real close was right after Katrina. My wife, one of my stepdaughters, and my stepson, we were all sitting on the porch smoking cigarettes before I quit this a long time ago. Katrina's more than 20 years ago, people. But anyway, we're sitting outside, and Sam goes, "What's that?" And you see something off in the distance. Now you got to remember, there's no light right now in the city anywhere because there's no power anywhere. This is right after Katrina. It's like 4 days maybe after Katrina. So we're sitting on the porch, and you see this little dot headed towards us. And as it got closer, it got a little lighter around us, and it was, I don't know, maybe 5 feet around, maybe 10 feet around. Just maybe 100 feet off the ground, just came cruising over. Today we would consider it a drone. Back then, I didn't even know what to think about it. I'm not even sure what it was doing.
Yeah, we would have called it a probe.
It was just cruising along on a steady course, right across on the angle, across all the disaster. But you could tell it adjusted its course because I guess it's seen us sitting outside. Wanted to know what we were doing, I guess. There wasn't that many people. Most people, once we got there 2 days later, 3 days later, most people left that was still there. So there was only a handful was there for a couple of months until we started working. About 2 months. Whoa.
Here goes the plane.
What? No, wait a minute. Go back. Oh, something about that looked funky.
Yeah.
No, Justin, but the plane looked funky. We're going to see. So we got to pause, but.
Plane's moving awfully fast, isn't it?
No
gear down, so it didn't just take off and it didn't get ready to land.
You notice that too, huh?
And it's awfully low. And it's got a moving motion blur in the wrong direction. Fake. It's a fake video. Yeah, see how it's got the silhouette of the ship is in front of it. Motion blur is behind the motion. It's backwards. That is a fake image, which makes the entire video, or at least that segment of it, null and void.
Well, no, Jess, he showed you right off the bat there's no landing gear, and this thing is very close to the ground. Now we'll see.
Right off the trees.
But what got my attention when it went by, the tree shook. I'm like, what? That's impossible. Oh, you see? Look how hard the tree blew when it went by.
Yeah.
That's people. If the plane was that low, the tree would shake the tree. The engines would have sucked up all the debris and killed everybody. The engines would have collapsed.
This thing's just remaining steady in the air. It's just floating. You can see
because it's digitally fake. That's why.
What the heck is going?
Yeah, that plane was a big giveaway.
Es que yo ya sé a qué hora sale en este cerro. Siempre sale.
Oh, wow. Okay, I see it.
A partir de las 4 de la tarde.
2.0. He's got an incredible YouTube channel. He broke the news just yesterday. We're sharing it right now on Third Phase of Moon of what looks to be the metallic sphere.
See how it's wavy at the bottom?
A dead ringer for the Boogosphere. And apparently this thing comes out all the time in that area. But you did some translation on the man speaking Spanish there in Mexico. Yeah, he says you see this kind of like crevice within the mountains there, and he says it comes out at a particular time every month. He says it's basically like clockwork, and I'd like to be invited to see this in person, because if you could basically name the time and date when this thing's going to appear, wow, you really got something, and pretty much like clockwork. So guys, if we could get there at that exact mind-blowing, why are these metallic spheres being seen all over the world at this time?
If it doesn't work for you, we promise 10 times your money back. This product works in just 1 second to fit perfectly and is suitable for everyone. Simply soak it in hot water to activate the elastic material, and you'll have brand new dentures.
Stop wasting money on expensive dental clinics and custom dentures. This 8th generation Smart Fit denture set is a revolutionary breakthrough co-developed by America's top dental medical center and advanced biomaterials laboratory. I guarantee this is the last denture set you'll ever need to buy. If it's not effective, you get 10 times your money back. This denture works in 1 second and fits anyone, whether you're missing all your teeth, only some.
That's crazy if that's true. That'd save people all kind of money.
It is crazy. Here we go, R2-D2 floating around. San Diego. Now that makes it July. Hey, hang on a minute. Pause that real quick.
Okay.
Hey, Google, when was the 2026 San Diego Comic-Con?
The 2026 San Diego Comic-Con took place from Thursday, July 23rd through Sunday, July 26th, 2026.
Yeah, I'm saying publicity stunt.
July 22nd.
It's awfully close.
It's awfully
close.
That looks like some kind of thruster.
Looks like a trash can. I mean,
garbage can or something. We're not tainted, jaded. No. We do the hard work so you don't have to. Yeah. Look at this thing. This looks like, doesn't look alien.
Somebody put a trash can over a drone and is operating,
as you might say,
the weekend
over San
before
Diego.
the
And this person, Brian, look at this close-up he's getting. This is a great shot. As you notice, there's structure to this
Look him up
spacecraft.
on Facebook. Is he a cosplayer?
It looks metallic.
There's your answer.
I don't see no wings, no propellers. What's keeping this thing up in the sky is a big question. This thing's wild. Everything seems to match up. We're not seeing any kind of indication of CGI or any manipulation yesterday.
That could be a satellite, but not underneath the cloud.
No, that's some kind of drone.
Yeah. See the black line? See that black box around it? Fake. You have to have dark to show the light. It wouldn't show against the clouds. So.
Probably one just dropped off somebody's food.
We're going to look at this once again. Much better than this.
So, you know, it's funny I say that, but just a couple of weeks ago out in California, in LA, somebody filmed a UFO, and it made the news, and everybody looked at it, and the guy called from his house said, "That's what dropped off my food." He had a picture of it dropping off his food, a video of it.
The drone did it. Yeah.
The drone, yeah. That everybody said was a UFO. You know what though? When it didn't have the food on it and the thing was all rolled in, it kind of looked kind of crazy. It didn't really look like a drone. You know, yeah, that probably is what that is. Well, especially out in Cali, they find shit all over the place. What's this undulating?
A plasmic illuminated object just hovering in the skies along the cliffside right there, just hovering above the treetops. Watch this.
Now, obviously, it's not hot and it's catching on fire.
Yeah, it's too bad the guy didn't capture it in landscape mode. We'd be up closer to it. Yeah, look at that structure. It doesn't appear to be plasma. It's not undulating. It's just changing orientation. It's spinning.
Oh, okay. This is a second angle. Looks like it's from the same video. That's interesting. Right, let's take a close look at this once again. We don't have the exact location. This just came into my feed just moments ago. We decided to throw it in the timeline and get it out as fast as possible. That's what we do here at Third Phase of the Moon. We post first.
Yeah, that's how false information
ask questions
passed
later.
Around, idiot.
We want to be on the front line of what's going on around the world with regards to the unknown. And we're looking at something. Some people might just dismiss this as kind of balloons off in the distance, but to me, this looks plasmic. It doesn't look solid.
Structure, dude.
And it seems to morph in different ways, but this part of the video is interesting.
Watch, something strikes it. Boom,
it looks
boom,
like
boom.
it's getting hit with buckshot. Some kind of, are they trying to shoot down this UFO? Look at this closer. It's an array of particles hitting this object, but it doesn't seem to affect it. Almost like somebody's shooting it with a shotgun from on top of the mountain.
Something explodes.
What's going on at Area 51 moments ago? This is kind of breaking news. Area 51's on fire. This is captured on the outskirts of the infamous base. And it looks like something's going on over there. Apparently, it's just a huge brush fire, but obviously civilians aren't allowed into close proximity of Area 51 to find out what's really going on.
Civilians actually allowed inside Area
51. This is a huge fire cloud. Is there some kind of battle going on at the infamous base, Area 51, or is this just a simple brush fire? Are we going to get an official notice?
Actually, I doubt it. It's raining.
Yeah,
maybe it's a downed UFO, some kind of experimental aircraft that went down. I'm just speculating here, but this video just coming in just moments ago, breaking news right here at Third Phase of Moon. Fire at Area 51. What the heck is going on here?
No fire. I don't see no color changing, no undulating.
All right. In the beginning of this episode, I showed you this 1998 footage from VHS vintage video camera. Well, we're going to look at it right now. We've got a lot more.
Really, craft UFO. Unbelievable.
What?
That's definitely fake. It's pretty good to get the reflection in the water, but where's the light coming from? Yeah, come on. That's some kind of poor movie special effect that was.
All right, let's take a closer
Pardon
look
my
at
French.
this.
I
I'm
think
not
it
gonna
looked like something
give this
out of
any
Flash
kind
Gordon.
of legitimacy
Or
and
Space
say this is
1999
100% authentic
Yeah.
footage. I'm kind of on the fence on this, but we decided to share it with you on Third Phase Moon. People are trying to get our opinion. This is coming in from Jerome_0135. A shot from a distance gives a little. It looks pretty good right there. That's a.
Oh, what's that?
Mom, Dad's been away working for a whole year. We finally get to see him today, right?
That's right, honey. We're going to the city where he works to surprise him.
Yay! Dad's over there.
Is this?
Dad's over there.
It's awfully blurry. Turn the autofocus off, dude.
All right, let's get a close-up look. I blew up the original video to the right about 300%, and we're looking at something incredible. Broad daylight sighting of the sport model flying saucer. It looks metallic. Everything seems to be matching up. I don't see any manipulation. Look how large this craft is. We're trying to focus in on this thing, and he does
This guy doesn't have the best sense
pull
of
back
size,
with
does
his
he?
camera and then zooms in again. This is classic tells of this video being real. Look at this thing. What's your opinion, guys? Is this
It doesn't make
the
it real 'cause he
otherworldly
doesn't know how to
craft,
operate
the
his camera.
phenomenon that we're looking for? Yeah, once again, it looks to me the person shooting it is at least a quarter mile away. And as he zooms in, he gets a pretty good look at it. And
Yeah.
again,
It's out of
whatever it is,
focus.
it's quite
How do you-
large,
how do you
and it's
call that
hovering
a
in the
good
skies.
look?
What's
Out of
going on in
focus.
the jungles over there in South America? This is incredible. Some people observing it on the tarmac. Again, we're kind of watching it in real time. It looks like something crashed. There's some smoke going on. All right, let's just kind of look at what's coming in from this Super 8 footage. It looks like black and white. We
alleged
see
Russian
some
footage.
being on the ground, and there's another. That's Skinny Bob, or is that another
allegedly
Skinny Bob?
J-Rod.
It looks a little different. We're not saying this is legitimate evidence by any means right here at Third Phase Moon, but the Skinny Bob phenomenon, it's made the rounds, and look, we're getting new imagery coming in. It's
I've never
cool
seen this
just
one.
to
That
watch,
does
right,
look
Brian?
like J-Rod, though.
Very cool, to say the least. Look at this. Yeah, it doesn't look. It looks like a different, Skinny Bob from the original. This one has different, facial features. Almost looks a little bit more menacing, not so friendly like, but it does have a cuteness at the same time too. He seems maybe a little scared. I'd be scared too if
That might have been EVE1.
you're captured by the government and
I've seen that
interrogated.
before.
But look at that. It almost looks like a Zeppelin, but it isn't. There it is, just hovering as it rises, and here's some aerial view from
Flight of
inside
the
a plane,
Navigator.
military plane.
Some
as
say that's what
they're
the craft
apparently
kind of looked
capturing
like,
this
the craft at Roswell.
phenomenon, right?
That's from the Flight of the Navigator, man. I recognize it.
Yeah.
It's a Disney movie about a kid who a ship adopts him, basically. It's a big teardrop silver shaped ship thing.
Right there. It looks kind of legit.
It's not exactly like it's real close to. There's a lot of
And then
weird shit
this is
floating
almost
around.
like a colorized version of this
That looks like
pursuit
Vietnam.
of the craft unknown. Kind of brings back Flight of the Navigator
Yeah,
memories. And apparently this
You think it does
clip
too?
is exploration of within the craft itself, the UFO. They take you inside the UFO. This is interesting. Is that like some kind of pod? Kind of reminds me of the new Bob Lazar movie, of how Bob Lazar explained what it looked like within the flying disc of the sports model. But we see some hieroglyphics there, or is that a
You
control
didn't
panel?
describe those.
Again, we don't actually have the source of the video. We can't verify what we're looking at is legitimate, but it is very compelling, to say the least. Brett, look, we're inside the UFO. What do you think?
There's the wave.
Well, let's just say
and the
I would believe this is what it would look like if it
reactor.
was true. Look at this.
And it's kind of describes kind of exactly how Bob described the craft itself, with no straight edges. It has these rounded edges, nothing's straight, and it has that column right there in the middle. Again, like this is their means of propulsion within which is within the craft of the flying saucer itself. Look at this. There's a lot of detail going on with this video and this new drop. And if it's coming from the same source, either they're master CGI craftsmen
window
or
in the video
actually leaked real footage and is trying to get disclosure for the world. It's hard telling, but again, we're just all watching this in real time. Give us a big thumbs up. Wouldn't it be great if our government was dropping these kind of beings' hand comparatively to a human hand? Are they putting some kind of monitoring device on his finger there? Wow, incredible stuff coming in YouTube. And then copy paste that link to my email.
This is bad, but this is good. So this wall has a slot for the cash instead of the money clip. The money clip does
a disc approximately 10 miles in diameter captured on film.
How does he
I don't
know?
think we're looking at anything manipulated. It looks legit to me. What's your thoughts here, Bray? Dude, just good God, if this is real, this is incredible smoking gun footage. Look at that. Something's hiding.
What? I don't see
lurking
nothing
within the clouds. And this man managed to get maybe the smoking gun shot of a lifetime. Look at this. Especially when we get a disc approximately 10 miles in diameter.
How do you know? There's nothing there for
film.
scale.
I don't think we're looking.
I'm saying the same thing.
We've got more footage into third phase. Look
to the clouds. Show me something, dude.
Surrounded by purple plasmic electricity going on. This is incredible footage. Whatever. Maybe there's problems with this craft.
Maybe there is.
Maybe it's flying thing.
Hey, it's one of the things from Battlestar Galactica.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. The Viper.
All right, we just gained permission.
What is wrong with
this
this
was
dude?
captured a couple days ago by the Frontier Final. We're going to separate. What's your thoughts on this whippersnipper of a UFO?
Yeah, it's pretty much of a badass description. I got to say, I like that. And we're looking at something that's undescribable, in my opinion.
Oh, it's very describable. It looks like something from Battlestar Galactica.
Oscillating and all
sure
this.
does.
I've had it. All right, whoever these people are, y'all go check them out.
That guy's an idiot.
Go, I mean, Third Phase of the Moon. Go give them. I've heard they've got some good stuff over there. I haven't really looked at them enough to know, but we do appreciate letting us use their videos today.
Yeah, so
And
some of
some
the
videos.
alien stuff was pretty good. I think the one where he's blinking his eye. That's I think he's been identified as J-Rod, which is the second hostage we were given by the Greys. The first one being EBE-1.
You mean? Oh yeah, I got some big ones. See.
Do not disturb.
It's yeah, I'm not wearing that shirt tonight. Yeah, I've worn it on the line before, the one that says I'm cranky. Yeah, don't mess with the cranky old bastard. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I've worn it on actually on the Arthur's Quill before. Yeah, Jay had to make. John had to make a comment about it. I don't know. I keep hearing all this stuff. Oh, the government. I'm going to do an X-rated show on the government. An R-rated show, so I can curse. But what? I haven't seen anything that would make me believe ET was real from the government. I'm just saying, nothing to me. And I love that flare one. It's like, so this is the truth. Jay and I are watching this first dump with the flare thing in it, right? And we see it. And when you see it, you're like, wow, that's pretty badass. What is that? And then one night we're watching something else, and you see these.
I think it was a drone attack.
Yeah, you see these drones going after something, and then all of a sudden you see that
exact halo effect.
It was exactly the same thing. Now I couldn't tell you what kind of drone it was, but it was definitely ours. It wasn't alien. Oh no, it's the shows are still posted, so you can go find them. It wasn't the last month.
Yeah, it was the third. It was the third drop when that star-shaped halo video came out, and then literally 2 or 3 days later, there was on the news. I think we were doing news on the flip side, and we watched the video of this Ukrainian drone attack, and we're like, we just saw that on Wednesday night.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we saw it on there, and then we saw it again on an attack in the Hormuz Straits. But once you see it more than one time, you're kind of like, well, it's
Thanks, Heidi.
It's not anything else. It's eyes. Yeah, no, there was some good video in it. No, we're out of time.
Going to be. Yeah.
No, we'll catch some more videos up next week. Oh, you mean I said that earlier, didn't I? Yeah, Jeffrey Pritchard's going to join us in the chat. I don't know, one of these Saturdays. We'll harass him. Yeah, no, we'll harass him to come join us. I always tell him he can come on News on the Flip Side. He's just, you got to defend your politics when you're on that show. So
yeah,
it's hard on him because he's not the only liberal on the network, but he's probably the only one that'll get on air and talk about it. Well, right now,
he doesn't verify stuff. He just hears something on the internet and he runs with it. That's how we said earlier. That's how false stories or false information is passed around.
Yes, but he is single, and he told me he was looking for a roller derby girl. No, I'm just kidding. I know he don't want to be abused. Denise, what do you mean? Jeffrey's he's okay. He's a little strange, but he's okay. Everybody in the network's a little strange. That's just part of being on. No, he just got out of a relationship. That's all. Yeah. No, she used to beat him up. Oh yeah, she'd kick his ass. Mm-hmm. It's hard to be with somebody who's abusive, yeah. Even if you do love them. You don't have to be physically abusive to be bad, but like E.T. when it probes you, it's not really trying to be physically abusive. It's just one of those things that happens when the thing slaps you, and gets you in the embarrassing spot. That's something you can ask me on Friday or Saturday. I'll answer that question, but not here. Well, it's not a good topic for this type of show. Not that kind of weird stuff probably doesn't happen. It's just not for this show anyway. Contact is a very strange thing. And I never hear anybody talk about contact with the government. All I hear them talking about is, we've got all these crashed UFOs. They're just freaking piling 10 miles high, man. What are we going to do with all these things? Well, apparently the Greys are idiots. They can't fly a spaceship. Apparently they can't even walk around our planet without getting killed. See, this is the real problem, Johnny. So the Greys at the very latest showed up in our history was about 2,500 years ago. More than likely, it's more like 50,000 years ago, but still 2,500 years ago. That's bare minimum. The reptilians and humans we know have been here at least since the start of modern civilization, which is the Mesopotamians, the Sumerians, and the Egyptians. Well, all three of those races basically lived at the same time in the same place. And each very advanced culture. Yeah, they were all three advanced cultures. Well, there's
they say in the Bible, there in the time when they talk about the creation of Adam and Eve, there were other people in those times. That's who they're talking about.
That's who they're talking about. Yeah, that's well, the Garden Eden sounds like something that was in a valley somewhere, and then when they walked out, they were in a desert.
And there had to be more than one because of the different skin colors.
No, he had the mark. That's Cain. Yeah. Yeah, back then today that would be racist, but back then that's what they would have said. Yeah. Just how cultures were. The problem with it is when you look at the universe itself and you think, okay, there's an omnipotent super being. Okay, it probably created the universe and created other things that it could hang out with, but not us. What can we possibly have in common
we're
with
probably
something?
a side effect, if anything at all.
Well, I mean, but it's not even that. I mean, what can we possibly have in common with a being that created everything? I mean, everything. It's not just us that created, but it created. But
in theory, that being could have evolved from something like us.
It could have. So, Jace, more than likely, it created the universe. The universe, I'm guaranteeing you, the universe is sentient. And I know that because the universe has the ability to create and destroy life.
And I think the planet is also sentient.
Planet might
on
be sentient.
a level we can't probably connect with, but it's
so
the planet. If anything else, if you could run our planet through biology, through a biological lens, you would call it an organism.
Well, you would, because it is a lot.
100%. No question.
No, the universe is on a galactic consciousness far beyond us. It's connected to all of its galaxies. All the galaxies are alive and well as well, and they're creating life every day. They're destroying life every day too, but they're creating life every day. The building blocks of life are being flung all over the place. So one of my favorite sayings is, I can't remember the guy who originally sent it, but they reused it in Battlestar Galactica and Babylon 5. Yeah, now I forgot what it was. Went right out of my head. No, it was one of Delenn's favorite sayings. It's well, she used to always talk about us being star stuff because we all came from the same source. Yes, because we do. Everything in this solar system, everything in this galaxy really comes from the same source matter.
Whatever supernova caused the gas clouds that formed this solar system, that's what we came from. Yeah. Whatever our sun was before it exploded created the necessary materials to create life and the planets within our solar system.
And
that's how that works.
And our sun came out of a star nursery somewhere where there's millions of other ones just like it.
Getting spit out.
Yeah. Well, no, so the saying is so the universe is sentient itself. And the universe is so big and so vast, the only way it could figure itself out was to create sentient life and break itself off into tiny little millions of pieces, so each little piece could bring some data back when it died or when it passed on. So what it basically says is, when you die, the universe absorbs you and all your knowledge, and it helps it to understand what it is, because it grew so fast and so big it forgot what it was. Because it probably just had some kind of memory collapse from growing so fast. It's hard to say. We do know
out of an explosion, it may have gotten a concussion and forgotten some stuff too.
Yeah, it's well, we know everything comes from the same source, so that's interesting. Now, if there's multiverse, well, no, in the multiverse, it doesn't actually mean that we came from the same source. No, it could be different. Different galaxies may have different sources. Now, by saying that, recently science has come up. Science is finally going the way of sci-fi and saying that they think there's an exit to all black holes. So they're thinking
hole being the entrance, and the white hole, or perhaps quasar, the other end, the doorway out.
Well, and some of these, it depends on the size too, by the way, but some of these they think are like create star nurseries on the other side. Because they're absorbing all that stuff and they're shipping it out to the other side, and they're creating these huge masses. They might even be creating their own galaxies because of all the stuff that they're dragging in. At the very least, they're creating solar systems. Well, because a black hole, especially ones like the one sitting in the middle of our galaxy, it's already eaten millions of galaxies. And it's going to eat millions more. Yeah, so it's depositing all that material somewhere else. That's what they think anyway. Nobody knows because nobody's been in a black hole. Technically, we can't even see a black hole. We can just see the event horizon. Yeah. All right. No, we're getting ready to go because Michelle is up next. The night of the what? Oh, the night of. Oh no, you're thinking of Emilio Estevez was in it. Oh, what the hell was it?
The Arrival?
No, when the machines took over. The trucks took over. Oh, man, I can't think of the damn name of the thing. It's such a goofy movie.
And that stupid face on that truck.
The clown. Maximum Overdrive, is that what it was? I can't.
Yes, Maximum Overdrive. Yes, that's it. Maximum Overdrive.
It's a goofy movie. A comet comes over and possesses all the machines on the planet. Planes start falling out the sky. Vehicles start running over people. Yeah, this story shows a group of people stashed at a diner and a gas station. And the trucks come in. One of them brings a machine gun with it. It looks like a 60 cal or some 50 cal mounted on a little four-wheeler. Yeah, to make them work. It was goofy. Yeah, it was goofy. And then there's the one when everybody turns to dust except for a few people. Yeah, the comet comes over and everybody on the planet turns to dust.
Patrick Stewart's in it. Life Force, 1984.
Oh no, that's different. But yeah, that's see. I actually liked Life Force. Now this was something different. This was two girls at a music radio. They were at a radio station, and it's like an '80s movie. Because when I'm looking at the girl's hair, I'm thinking that's what it was. Oh, I can't remember. But no, Life Force. There was a lot of nudity in Life Force too, but Life Force was a vampire movie, Jackie. It was about vampires found in space.
The actress who plays the main villain is naked through 98% of the movie. And in fact, that's actually above most countries' standards for nudity and lucidity, or whatever you want to call it. Almost every place it was going to get an X because of her being nude that often.
Well, they find this spaceship in space. They go visit it. They bring back 3 people, and the woman is a vampire, and she carries the vampire disease, and all of London ends up getting infected. Oh yeah, and then they park their spaceship right above London so they could suck up all the souls and eat them.
Suck up all the soul energy, revive their people.
Yeah. One of the astronauts fell in love with her. I guess he became part of it. Yeah. It's what it is. But like I said, if nudity offends you, don't watch it. Kind of like Altered Carbon. If nudity offends you,
she's a beautiful girl, though. If you don't mind beauty, and she was 19 years old.
She's good looking. She doesn't even speak that much in music. Well, a lot of it's telepathy anyway. But
yeah,
it's fun to watch. Yeah. It's oh no, that's not. No, that's that's a TV series. It's DC Legends, DC Legends of whatever the hell they call themselves. Yeah, no, that's yeah. The guy who played Worry in Doctor Who, he was the original Time guy in that series. It's DC Legends and something or another. Yeah, it's a goofy name. But there's a bunch of people in there. Adam, the billionaire who invented the suit, he's one of the superheroes. They deal with Green Arrow a lot in it. They deal with one of the girls is she worked for the guys who went around killing everybody. Asian guys. Oh man, I can't think of the damn name.
Assassins.
Yeah, she was part of the Assassins Guild. She worked directly for the main guy. There was a lot of yeah. DC Legends of Tomorrow, I think is what it's called. And they had a time trip. But the first year, the guy who played Amy Pond's boyfriend on Doctor Who was the lead actor. And he put a team together to go find these villains that killed his wife and his son. But eventually he hands the ship over to a female captain who is the girl who's in charge that was with the Assassins Guild, along with some other people, and they had the whatchamacallit brothers, the guy who had the gun that froze people, another guy had the one that burned people, and his name was actually Worry in the movie, which was weird in the TV series. No, it was like the whatchamacallit brothers, the Grimm brothers. Yeah, each person in the DC Legends was somebody. They were just a minor somebody. Yeah, because she was the White Canary. So they all were DC heroes, but they weren't big until they got together. One of my favorite episodes is when they kill Bebo, or Bebo kills the bad guy. Bebo's a big, fluffy blue toy that somehow the Vikings got and were worshiping. It was goofy. There's a lot of stupidity in the TV series. The things that would offend you, it's a little woke. There's 2 gay couples in it. Oh well, what's his name's in it too? What's the Christian guy? What is his name? He had his own series. He goes around doing exorcisms and stuff. John Constantine, he's in it too.
Yeah. The comic book heroes, John Constantine.
Yeah. So he's in it. Well, all of these are comic book heroes. Everybody in it is. They all originally came from the comic books, and now they're just DC legends and heroes of tomorrow is what they are. It's it's goofy and funny. And there's like 9 of them on the ship with 1 bathroom. That's always worth a laugh.
Yeah, it's a good show. I've enjoyed it.
It's got a lot of funny. Eventually, they turn the AI into a real person.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I like when she made the whole dark crew and they all went dark. That was weird. No, they're just time travel. That's what they are. They're a bunch of time travelers. Fucking thing. Oh, excuse my language. Screwing things up.
They mess things up, and then they have to go around the whole
fixing.
Spend the whole show or whole 2 shows fixing it.
Yeah. Actually, it got like 7 full seasons. No, full seasons. 25 episodes. 24 episodes. Yeah. Because DC still tries to do full real seasons. Oh no, not Marvel isn't anymore. Marvel likes to do 8 and 10 seasons, just like Disney. That's like what's her name? The girl from Star Wars with the big long things. Oh, what's her name? Starts with an S, I think. She's got her own show. Season 2 is coming in 2027.
Oh, Syndulla.
Yeah, is that her name? Whatever her name is, she got the green and white.
Head?
Yeah, the green. Yeah, she's getting a season 2. Oh, I enjoyed her first season. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Shokatano. Yeah,
yeah. So she's gonna get season 2. I ain't heard nothing about Obi-Wan getting any more seasons.
I don't think it is.
And Endor,
hey Google, is there going to be another Obi-Wan miniseries?
There are currently no plans for another Obi-Wan Kenobi miniseries. While Ewan McGregor has expressed a strong desire
hey Google,
to
stop.
return to the role.
We know he's out of work.
I know. Andor was very, very woke. Yes. It was
This is good moments though.
So the director was gay. The mother who ran Disney, by the way, hired a gay director, then put her gay daughter in it. And and then it was I think there was like 1 straight person in the whole thing. It made a lot of bad headlines. It got a lot of bad publicity. It wasn't even a horrible thing. It just because it was so orientated in one direction, it just pissed off a lot of people. See, I've always got this thing about sci-fi. I can put up with a lot of lesson bullshit in sci-fi because sci-fi has always been that way. But it's got to be entertaining. So it's like when I tried to watch Snow White just was not entertaining. The girl was overly woke, and the whole thing was just a woke mess. I haven't seen Fire and Ice, the 3rd Avatar. I haven't seen it yet.
It was okay.
It's on my computer to watch. I just haven't done it yet. No, I just was telling Jay about the Masters of the Universe the other day. It's a little on the.
I watched it. It's on Flix. It's on Prime now.
Oh no, I enjoyed it, but it's definitely a little woke. Yeah, he's first off he runs around in skinny jeans and pink shirts the whole entire show, and no, Battle Cat's Jack. Battle Cat's always been a big sissy. Even in a cartoon, he was a big
Cringer
sissy.
is. Cringer is.
Yeah. Battle Cat is not. That's true. When he's Cringer, that's why his name is Cringer, because he's always cringing. No, really, he's a big green sissy.
Overall, I think they had a pretty good look, is at least capturing the cartoon and making it live action.
I think all the bad guys I was fine with. Story about his family is a little, but the Master's on did his job, but his daughter's in the series too. No, they did a good job, with the exception of
the jokes,
they did a good job.
With Fisto,
Yeah,
they were those were the kind of the woke moments.
No, Jack. With the exception of the King, everybody was pretty much on point. Yeah, for some reason the King was a little off. It's just a little weird the way they put it together.
Yeah, the King was the guy who played it's Thomas Jane, I believe, played the first Punisher.
Yeah. No, I would suggest you go watch
Google,
it.
who played King Randor in the new He-Man movie?
James Purefoy.
Oh, I'm sorry, James Purefoy.
2026 Masters of
Hey, Google, stop.
Film.
Yeah, he's actually a good actor. I like him.
Jimmy, I did see the new Star Wars the other day. I mean, not the new Star Wars, the new Star Trek. It was just, put it this way. It's the first Star Trek I ever seen. Everybody was high on LSD or LDS, whatever you want to call it. They were high the entire show.
Yeah.
And the ending,
I didn't understand it.
The ending was, I call it an emergency ending because they had screwed the whole effing thing up. And then somebody planted a bomb, and when the bomb blew up, it was some kind of special colors that these aliens liked. It was lacking best. But I will tell you one of the parts I do like. Spock, he's tripping the whole time, so he's talking to James Kirk. You know, because James is a hallucination. He's talking to him the whole time, telling him all kind of stuff about his life and all kind of crazy stuff. So we're on the ship, and he's trying to beam somebody back, and he wishes he had help. James Kirk steps up to help him, and he's like, "Oh no, be gone, you demon," or whatever. And he finds out the dude's actually real. Then he finds out he's been real the whole entire time. So Spock told him everything you could think of, and now Kirk's got every secret possible on Spock. Other than that, though, the interaction between Scotty and the other girl was I don't know. The horror looked a little weird when you seen her. Well, they don't use a horror on the net on this show. They use Utah. Yeah, they call it Utah. Yeah, but that they
Nyota.
just
Her first name is Nyota.
Yeah, but they just shorten it to Utah. They just actually most of the time it's just like UT is what it is. No, I don't know why they do that. They don't even use the whole name. They shorten it out. They don't use their last name. They shorten their first name.
And I don't think they actually is quite as tall as Nichelle Nichols, and I don't think I don't think she's as svelte. She's maybe a little bit shorter and maybe a little bit not a lot, but just slightly chubbier than her. She doesn't quite fit the look. The guy the new guy they got playing Scotty actually has red hair. He doesn't look a thing like Montgomery, like the original actor, but he's an actual Scottish guy, so
he acts like him. Yeah,
he acts like him. But the girl's playing playing Uhura. She looks slightly different, and she doesn't emulate the original Uhura feel for me. But the other characters do. The guy playing Kirk does. The guy playing Spock does. They all seem to emulate pretty good the old characters, you know. So she's just the one that's off.
Randy, they tricked everybody in that episode. So when Geordie LaForge was on, that's what you're talking about, when his daughter was there. So everybody thought his daughter was going to be the one, or was going to be the new Geordie's real daughter was going to be the new Uhura. But instead she turned out to be some other character on Star Trek. No, that's what they originally said. She was going to be Uhura, Geordie LaForge's daughter. And I guess she didn't have the acting skills to pull it off. I don't know why, but they definitely said it, because I know when we watched it on TV that night and I seen her with her sister, and I'm thinking, this don't look like no Uhura to me. Well, Uhura was different. She was, remember when she got up there and danced with her fans and stuff? Oh yeah, she definitely had her own personality. When she was sucking face with Captain Kirk. Yeah, the first black and white kiss on television. Roddenberry said, "I got y'all."
She was, interracial kiss, not black and white. It was broadcast in color.
Yeah.
Anyway, but on that note, we ought to go because
we're way past.
Yeah.
Michelle's probably cursing all of you people right now. But on that note, again, thanks for tuning in to United Public Radio and UFO Undercover. Hope you enjoyed the show. Of course, if you did, you can always write to uprnradio@gmail.com, addressed to Michelle DeRoche, and she may answer you back. You never know. But again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and good night, and go hang out with the outer realm. Good night, everybody.